Hey guys, that title is not clickbait, as they say. It is very true. I'm gonna explain how I did it, but first you gotta watch this news deal. It's part of how to do it, I promise. Just watch.
Last Super Bowl, HEB announced the Primo Picks commercial contest. Coming out in first place is Alamo City's own Wilfred H. Shipley. Shipley has won himself a $25,000 grand prize. He created this commercial about a boy giving away free cookies. As the adult goes on eating all of the good treats, he asked if he would like a $6 glass of Mutopia milk, proving that giving away free cookies could still be big business. The adult whispers, well played.
All right, so if you haven't put two and two together, I won $25,000 entering an online video contest, and I had made a commercial for an online grocery chain. It was kind of like a local grocery chain. It was in the state of Texas. And yeah, and I won 25 grand from that contest. I got first place, the grand prize. So, which was pretty awesome. It was a real sweet deal. It was hands down the biggest one that I had won, but I've won several smaller video contests before that. So, it wasn't the first one I had entered or anything. But to take you back, I want to give you a little bit of my history entering online video contests and why I think you should do it. And I don't think it's a waste of time like probably a lot of people think, or that it's amateur or anything else. I'll explain all of that. Okay, back when the SLR first came out, the digital SLR, DSLR, I wanted to buy a camera. I didn't have one at the time. I had already been filming some stuff with other cameras, but I had sold them. So I didn't have any money at the time, so I was saving up to buy a camera. As I was doing that, a contest came around for $5,000 was the prize. I had a really good idea for it. It was a commercial. It was for FedEx. And I was like, you know what? I got a good idea. I have enough money to rent the camera and rent a lens. And that's exactly what I did. I rented a camera, I rented a lens, I shot the commercial. Sure enough, I won. I got the $5,000, and then I turned around and bought the camera and the lens that I had rented. Not the exact same one, but the same models. Anyways, so, and that was it, and that's how I got started. I was like, nice, now I have some equipment and I can go out and film. And from then on, I was kind of hooked. I started doing a lot of online video contests on the side of doing all my regular work on doing videos for other people and this, that, and the other. Anytime I saw a contest come around that I thought was worth entering, I would enter it, and I would say you win about, well, in my case, I was winning about 10% of everything I was entering. So that means, that's right, if I did 10 contests, I only won one of them. But the prizes were pretty great, and so sometimes the money was really good. I mean, I'd win $7,000 here, $8,000 there. And a lot of the videos that I was producing did not cost anywhere near to produce that. I mean, like this FedEx one that I did, I casted my brother. I filmed it right in front of this building that I worked at. Again, I rented the equipment. It only cost me a couple of $100, and I won 5 grand. You know, when I did the commercial that won 25 grand, I filmed that in front of my house. Like it was just me, a camera, tripod. And that was it, you know. It took me 2 hours to shoot it. I've gotten to the point where I could shoot any commercial in 2 hours. Like, I could just knock them out, you know. I was doing 1-2 commercials a week, and I was just knocking out all these video contests regularly. And I won so much cash doing that. And it's still an ongoing thing. Like, to this day, I don't do it nearly as often because I'm on to other projects that I enjoy more. I got a little burned out doing them, but I don't hate anybody who does them, and I highly encourage it. I mean, you get a lot of experience, you can make a lot of good money. So me, I'm a little more specific now. I only go for certain brands that I know I can really hit the target on that. So that's what a lot of it is. A lot of it is knowing the brand and then your film style matching up to that brand. And there's some times where no matter how well you execute your project and everything, it's out of your hands, so you can't really take the losses or non-wins or whatever that crucially. All right, so to the point, where do you find these contests and you know, blah blah blah, right? Well, I'm gonna throw up a few websites and talk about those real quick. Okay, The main hub where you find a lot of it is onlinevideocontest.com. Believe it or not, it's just one website and someone finds all the contests and puts them on their page. That's a real thing. How easy could that be? Okay, after you get on there, you select the web, find the contests you want and just enter them. And there's other websites that act as kind of like the in-between from the brand to the contest. They kind of are like the middleman. And there's a few contests out there. There's one called MoFilm, which used to be amazing, and I used to enter it all the time, and it's since gone, it's just been okay lately. There's one called Gennaro TV. There's another one called Zupa. There's one called Tongle. I feel like I'm missing one now. Oh, and there's this other one called like Ica. Anyways, these are the ones that I enter on. People have had gripes like, hey, I entered and, they took them months before they paid me and I don't know what. I never had any hangups on payment, and I also was never waiting around for payment. I would just move on to the next contest and do other stuff and other projects, and whenever the money came in, it came in, but it always came in. So, I don't know. Okay, so what I would suggest is look for contests that minimize the amount of competition you have so that you have maximum potential to win the contest. It sounds obvious, but think about it. When I won the 25 grand, I knew it was for a local grocery chain and it had to be someone out of Texas that entered the competition. So I knew the competition already was small because it was only people in Texas. And then on top of that, I only knew so many filmmakers in Texas would actually enter the contest. So that made it even smaller. And as that was the case, I knew a lot about the brand, did my research, did that. That also allowed me to get closer to gain the winner, and of course in the end I did win. So I strongly suggest doing your research, because if you make a commercial and it's comedic but the brand is very serious, not going to happen, and vice versa. Okay, so think about that. It's very important to be on brand when you enter these contests, if they're for commercials or anything like that. Do your research. All right, so in the end, not sure if this was something that you were hoping for or thinking about or would consider. All I'm telling you is from personal experience, I've had a lot of good luck entering these contests and winning them. And if you're getting started out and you don't have a lot of equipment or you don't have a lot of money, this is a good place to kind of maybe test out your skills and kind of get redefined and kind of worked out and enter these contests. It's better than shooting, no offense to weddings, no offense to birthday parties or any other video stuff you could be doing, recording conferences or anything. I never did any of that stuff. I always just stayed in a very creative space. I have nothing against any weddings. Do not email me complaining like, hey, I make a living off of weddings. I'm sure they pay phenomenal, but they were never for me. I didn't want to get in that realm. I was like, nah, I'm going to try to find some sort of outlet. So I actually started with contests, and then I moved on to clients and so on and so forth. And every now and again I would enter a contest and people would always look at it like, oh man, that's so amateur. It's like, it's not very amateur when you win 25 grand in 2 hours worth of work. Okay, it's not very amateur at all. So you do you, but I don't know, to me it's been great. So all right, hope that helped out. Hope nobody online seems to be talking about that or contests or anything. No one even seemed to come from that world. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just throw this on the internet. Hopefully it's helpful for you guys. I got a lot of tips and tricks that I'm not finding on the internet. It's the same fucking shit, just re-put in the fucking system and spit out. And I'm like, ugh, does anybody have any fucking new ideas? So anyways, all right, well, I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'm out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.